Hi, Dave Roscoe here. It is Wednesday, July 23rd, 2025. And yesterday was a pretty happening day. We had a new iOS app update show up, and the social media is abuzz with this new wallet update that has people rekindling the rumors about a potential Binance listing. And we'll talk about that. And I also have a question from a user and from the comments that I gave an answer to, but I want to demonstrate how the confusion occurs, and you'll understand what I mean when I get to it. But first, the metrics. The circulating supply is 7.7 billion pi, and there were once again no user migrations yesterday, bringing it to now 5 days without a user migration. The Pi migration wallet is at 43.8 million Pi, which hasn't changed because there's been no migrations. Migrated unlocked rewards are at 2.53 billion Pi, with 5.7 million Pi unlocked in the last 24 hours and now free to be traded on the open markets. Looking at the price action, the Pi coin is currently trading at 45 cents, which is up 3.62% from this time yesterday. The market cap is at $3.49 billion, which is down 5.92%. The daily trading volume is at $104.48 million, which is down 49.6%. A far cry from yesterday, where we had over 200% increase in volume, and the market cap was at around 3.7 billion. And you can see why. Right, I'm looking at the 7-day chart here, and we had this big candle that brought our price up to about 52 cents. And now we've been slowly working our way back down to where we're currently at 45 cents. And we are approaching back where we were before the spike. Why the spike occurred? Nobody knows. Where it's going to go next? Again, nobody knows. We had some technical difficulties with Bullish Babe's live stream this morning, so I couldn't get a chart read from her, but hopefully she'll get that sorted out. My advice, don't trade Pi. Buy it, hold it. So everybody's talking about this new feature that rolled out in the wallet. Now, I haven't seen it yet. It has not shown up in my wallet, so I'm borrowing this picture from X. And I hope the original poster does not mind, but it illustrates the new feature. There's a buy button that's now visible on the wallet page. And if you click that buy option, it brings you to another page that allows you to purchase Pi in any number of supported denominations, and then deposit directly into your Pi wallet. Now, this is done through the OnRamper services that Pi rolled out a while back. It started out with Banksa, and Banksa was mostly a way to activate a wallet. Now, adding Pi to a wallet is, in a sense, activating it. The problem is that you can't just do it. There's a process involved because you have to obtain the signer authority for the wallet to make it real on the blockchain, which is then how you add coin. So that's where it differs a little bit from a regular Stellar wallet. There's that two-step process. And these on-ramp services allow you to do this. Now, if you have a wallet that has no Pi, you can buy it with fiat currency and add it to your wallet. And now you can participate in the Pi ecosystem, whether that be just to hold it as an investment, but in which case you could do it on an exchange. But the benefit is that you don't have to create an exchange account. Some people aren't comfortable with exchanges. This is familiar. You whip out your credit card or whatever, and you buy your Pi. Now, a lot of credit cards won't let you purchase crypto with a credit card, so your experience may differ depending on where you are. I can't buy crypto with a credit card, and that's fine. I think it's a fair protection. But anyway, so that's what this is. Now, the Pi network recently added the OnRamper services to the KYB list, and that's what this is all about. it allows you to bring in, as you can see on the bottom, it says powered by OnRamper, bring in third-party OnRamp services and now integrate them with the Pi wallet. It's a great thing. It greatly expands the Pi network ecosystem, and the full extent of that will be visible in the near future. But that brought up another bit of speculation. People pointed out that in the menu system of the new OnRamper was the Binance Connect support and Binance P2P support. And that rekindled speculation that the Pi network was getting ready to be listed on Binance. And let me explain this to you. This is not the case. This is getting blown up a little bit, but it's great. Trust me, this is great news, but it's not as great as people might think. Binance Connect support is simply a marketplace where you can buy cryptocurrencies, and it's done in a marketplace kind of style. People put up their crypto for sale, kind of like, an auction or whatever. It's not really an auction, but you know what I'm talking about. It's not literally on an exchange. It's like a marketplace. And Binance Connect lets people sell cryptocurrency through there, and other people can buy it from there. So a crypto does not have to be listed on Binance in order to be able to buy and sell crypto through Binance Connect support. Now, the fact that Pi ecosystem is including this feature is a great sign, because I think it gives more visibility of the Pi network in the Binance ecosystem. So I think this is great, but it's not as great as a lot of people think. And then the Binance P2P support is actually just to support the Binance Connect support. The underlying technology for Binance Connect support uses P2P because that's what this is. It's a marketplace. Someone's selling, someone's buying, P2P. And Binance P2P support is just a service that helps facilitate Binance Connect support. So that's why those two are in there. So I hate to burst your bubble. It's not signs of Pi listing on Binance, but it's still a great development. And I think this is going to do quite a bit to help the Pi ecosystem in the very near future. So a user asked me yesterday, can you buy Pi and lock it up? And I said, absolutely, because I do it all the time. Now, she had then pointed out, I assume it's a she, I'm sorry if I'm wrong, but this user had then pointed out that it's weird because they can't lock up all of their Pi. So that leads to this idea that you can't lock up purchased Pi, only migrated Pi. And I did a little digging and I figured it out. This is from my wallet. My original migration in 2022 was 5,823 Pi. Now, if you look here, the maximum I can lock up is 5,824.14 Pi. Now, is that a coincidence? No, it's 558.23 plus 1 Pi. That's 58.24.14. The most I can lock up is the exact amount of Pi that I've ever had migrated. Now, that doesn't mean I can only lock migrated Pi. If I were to take all of my Pi, move it somewhere else, and replace it with purchased Pi, it would let me lock it up, but only up to the amount that I ever had migrated. Now, I don't know why they did this, but that's just how it is. And as you can see here, I did a lockup of 25% for 2 weeks. And when I tried to lock up another balance, it deducted that from my total. And now that's all that I can lock up. To close that line of reasoning, you can lock up Pi regardless of where it comes from, but the software will only let you lock up what you've ever had migrated. It doesn't care about where it came from. It's just a number, and that's what they're limiting you to. And that's enforced in the app. I'll tell you that right now, because with my software, I can lock up my Pi 100% for as long as I want. The difference is that because I'm not doing it from within the app, I wouldn't get the mining boost. So you have to have it locked up in the app to get the mining boost, and the app is what's limiting you to that number. But it doesn't matter where it comes from. Now, would you ever move your Pi out of there just so that you can lock up purchase Pi? Probably not. But if you spent Pi and replaced it with Pi that you purchased on the exchange, you'd still be able to lock it up as part of that total migration balance. Does that make sense? I hope it does. So, but I can see why that causes confusion. So Pi makes no distinction at all where the Pi came from. The limitation is just because of the number that represents how much you've ever had migrated. And that's what they're limiting you to. Well, that's all I've got for today. If anything breaks, I'll be sure to let you know. But until then, don't panic. Stay the course. And remember, the success of the Pi network begins with you. Pi to the moon. Peace.